In this week's Parsha, Moshe tells us, a land that Hashem your God seeks out. The eyes of Hashem your God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year to year's end. Moshe is reminding the nation about the sin of the spies. They came back from Eretz Yisrael with a negative report, and the people cried, despaired, and as we're told, that night of crying became Tisha B'Av, a night of crying for generations. Rabbi Frand asks, what exactly did the spies do wrong? They genuinely believed the land was unconquerable. What should they have said? The Baal HaKeda answers with an analogy. Imagine I ask someone who's going to the shops to check out a dress for me, the fabric, the way it's made, if it will cover my knees. She does all that, but when she returns she adds, it's the wrong color for you and way too expensive. She's overstepped. Her job was to give facts, not personal opinions. The spy's mission was to report the situation. It was Moshe's role to interpret it. The Shlai disagrees. Moshe asked for their assessment of the people's strength, something inherently subjective. He answers that Moshe wanted their opinion, but rooted in emunah. They should have said, yes, the people are strong, yes, the cities are fortified, yes, we don't stand a chance naturally, but Hashem promised us the land, and He will fight for us. The mistake was giving a purely military analysis without the Torah perspective. However, Rav Moshe Shapiro asks, how could the Shlai advocate sending people into an asaya in a situation of danger? Normally we're told we need to avoid placing ourselves in a situation of danger or temptation. His answer? That may apply for other cases, but Eretz Yisrael is different. Living in the land is never a purely natural existence. As Ben Gurion famously said, in Israel, to be a realist, you must believe in miracles. And this is what Moshe is telling them with his words. Eretz Yisrael has a supernatural existence. Moshe knew that if the Jews did not enter the land with that attitude, they wouldn't last there. Therefore Moshe sent the spies precisely to see how unnatural the battle to conquer the land would have to be. But they didn't complete their task properly, and that was their sin. And we've seen this pattern over and over, be it Hanukkah, 1948, the Six-Day War, which historians will tell you was really a 6-hour war. The rest of the time was a cleanup. But before the war, mass graves were dug in Tel Aviv parks. Each grave was dug to hold 25,000 graves. The Jews were so pessimistic of their chances for victory, they thought that there would be too many dead to give individual burials. And I read that in the recent 12-day war, morgues were preparing for tens of thousands of deaths. Chas v'shalom. Think back to before Pesach, when Iran attacked. I'm sure you read that it was statistically impossible for the Iron Dome to intercept the missiles at the rate it did. But it did. And again before Rosh Hashanah, the chance of all the systems working together, as they did, intercepting, working together as they did, with the rate they did, was statistically impossible. But Eretz Yisrael is not a land, and Klal Yisrael is not a nation, of statistical probabilities. So when things look bleak, when the war drags on, when victory feels impossible, remember Moshe's words, a land that Hashem your God seeks out. The eyes of Hashem your God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year to year's end. Good Shabbos.